Let's talk a little bit about sports, because I know you're a sports guy. We just are getting a minor league baseball team, and because of the name, it has gotten more publicity than anything ever in Huntsville, Alabama.
I really liked, the Thunder Sharks for a name, but they went with Trash Pandas.
Trash Pandas. What is a trash panda?
It's a raccoon. It's a
trash panda.
It
just
looks
sounds
like
sexier, right?
a little panda bear, and it gets in the trash can if you don't put the lid on the trash can.
So we've got that. They're building the stadium.
We're 40, 50 some days away from season opener as we're recording this.
We also have hockey. You mentioned earlier.
Hockey.
Is it the Havoc?
Havoc. So we still got college hockey, and we have minor league hockey.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we've had, in the past, we've had arena football here. Yeah. There really is a lot to do. Youth sports here is huge.
We've got a
high school football.
Semi-pro basketball. Just wrapping up their season, right? The War Dogs. Yeah.
Jeez. So there's a lot of sporting events here. Of course, there's a lot of music venues, concerts. Let's go back to what you were talking about earlier. One of the things that's really changed the nightlife here, craft beer. Mm-hmm. Know you're a fan.
Yes.
And now there are craft beer restaurants and pubs, and a lot of the renovation down Stone Middle School. Right. What's the one up from that? Martin Stove. They're basically taking all these old manufacturing companies and turning them into really hip, cool nightlife venues.
It was it was a part of town that had a really great opportunity to be let go.
Mm-hmm. It almost was.
And it almost was. And it started with Stone, where the original Stone, I guess second Stone Middle School burned down. They built it back and then moved the kids out, seems like 2 years later. Mm-hmm. So this really nice brand new building was sitting there unused for a decade.
Yeah.
And the city looked at that and said, we need to do something with this. And so the gym, what was the gym, is now a big brewery.
Yeah.
Giant kettles in there.
Well, wasn't that done? What was his name? Brandon, the young entrepreneur who cashed out big in his early 20s here and bought all of that and remodeled it?
Well, no, he bought West Huntsville Elementary School.
Okay.
And then turned that into a co-working space.
Very cool.
Brandon Cruz. So that whole little strip from Stove House all the way up Clinton Avenue, and there's several little breweries in there. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of distilleries that have popped up.
There's another place here called Low Mill,
right,
which was an old cotton gin or something. I mean, it was
a textile mill,
and they've converted it kind of to artistic space. There's a whiskey brewery in there.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
We like our alcohol here.
Regardless of what you might have heard. So a lot of stuff happening there. So there is a lot of nightlife here now.
Yeah. They talked about on the video, the outdoor shopping, Bridge Street. There's Town Madison, which is coming, which is going to be this huge shopping, retail, entertainment venue. So a lot of stuff going on like that.
Mid-City is coming. Mm-hmm. Mid-City is there, right? We've got, there's a Top Golf and REI Outfitters, Dave & Buster's.
Have you done the rock climbing wall thing there?
No.
I go by every now and then and just look at it. That looks hard.
But they're building, this is the exciting thing, a 7,500 seat amphitheater, which is that will be the biggest one in the state. It will hold more people than the arena at the Civic Center.
Oh, wow.
And they're doing that. They're building the infrastructure, public-private partnership, to build this infrastructure to attract the acts necessary to draw that kind of.
Well, they're saying that within the next 3 to 5 years, Huntsville's going to be the largest city in the state.
Yeah, I believe that.
Bigger than Birmingham, bigger than Montgomery. Of course, again, the cost of living is low. The median income is one of the highest in the country. We have the second largest research park in the country behind Silicon Valley. Mm-hmm. We've got one of the highest concentration of engineers, and that simply means most of the people here can't drive, but you're gonna have there's a downside to everything. So that's kind of what we wanted to talk about. Is just this the what do I want to call it? We want to dispel the rumors, the myths, the history that if you come to Alabama, it's a terrible thing, because really there are very few places in the country, according to a lot of surveys, that are better to live and work?
Well, I think for me, we talked about this the other day. One of the things watching this video, and look, you market to your audience, right? You and I understand that. And so the people in this video are people who can connect and resonate with the audience that they made the video for. But you and I have additional perspective that we both wanted to share. And I think that, it's one thing to hear from people who have moved in and their view and their expectation. It's something else to hear from people who have lived here all or most of our lives.
And now they're going, hey guys, it ain't that bad.
So one last thing I wanted to get in is one of the big differences, having lived in really big cities all over the world, small cities everywhere, one of the things that's different here is the pace of life, right? And some of that comes from having an hour plus commute each way, right? So if you're going to be at work 8 or 9 hours, then now all of a sudden it's 10 or 11 hours. And you got to cram a lot more life into those final 4, 5, 6 hours of the day. Well, if you don't have all of that, then you don't have to be as stressed. You don't have to be as rushed. You can actually begin your day from a place of quiet rather than hitting your floor hitting the feet in crisis.
Yep. And I hear this from so many people. The people are so friendly here. Yeah. And we're a friendly bunch of folks down here in Alabama.
I remember my uncle, my aunt got married the first time her husband came over. He commented on how people would just wave to you. I wave at everybody. Passing you on the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, it's like they knew me or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, the moral to all of this is, and we'll put a link to the video so they can watch it, this is a great place to live, a great place to work. Our climate here might be a little hot in the summertime, but we do have air conditioning.
That's right.
So there is that. But the diversity of people, the economy, the housing market, we didn't even talk about the religious aspect. There's churches everywhere, every denomination.
Of every kind.
Every nationality. I mean, there's a lot of Jesus going on here. Yeah. A lot of Jesus.
Well,
so it's just
whoever your religious figure is.
Whoever it is you worship, I guarantee you they have a branch here in Huntsville. So, Thom, you are an entrepreneur. You work with a lot of business owners. If folks are thinking about relocating here and they want to talk to you about the business economy and get your slant on that, how do they get a hold of you?
Easiest way to do it is just go to the website, thomrigsby.com, and right in the middle of the page is a big orange button that says Start Here.
Easy button.
Easy button.
Is that a THOM or a TOM?
It's THOM, but
put a link.
TOM works too.
All right. And if I can do anything for you, my business is real estate. We do buy and sell here. We work with a lot of folks relocating. Give me a call, 256-679-0704. You can look us up at revolved.com.